Hi everyone, Crypto Sketches here. Today I want to give you a short tutorial for cross-contract calls in the Near Rust SDK. For that I will use the non-fungible token example, but I changed it a little bit and I will give you the link in the description down below. So what you want to do is basically what is done in many crypto games. You have a game contract with the game logic, and you have the minting contract which mints the game assets. And the game contract will use the minting contract, and no one else will use the minting contract. So this is what we want to simulate here. For that, I already created the cross-contract contract. And here we have a functionality which is called mint. And it does basically the same thing that the minting contract in the minting contract does. The minting in the minting contract does. So we give the token ID, the owner ID, and with that we can mint our NFT. But afterwards we want to add a success message that the NFT was minted. So to do that, we need some kind of interface to describe the minting contract. So we need to have here the minting contract described. And for that I can use a trade in Rust. For me as a C# developer, I would translate that to an interface. This is our NFT functionality from the NFT contract. And once we have defined this, we can call it in our minting functionality as a cross-contract call. And we do that by saying we call the X NFT contract, that's what we defined here. And we call the NFT mint token ID, owner ID is the same. The account ID is the account ID where the contract is implemented, which is our sub-account that I created earlier. We add the attached deposit to our minting functionality here, and we add the minting gas costs, which I defined above here. But afterwards, we want to have the success message, but only after the minting finished. So in this case, I need to create another interface for myself, which I found kind of weird. But I will create a callback in another trade, which I call self, but doesn't matter how you call it. And with that, I can make a callback here. And this callback doesn't have any arguments, so I simply say I myself will implement it. I don't need any balance, but I need some gas. And this is where it gets complicated because calculating how much gas you have for this callback is not obvious. So here is the, oh, this was not what I intended. Here is the calculation for the gas that I can use for the callback. I will subtract the prepaid gas with the used gas. This is the remaining gas at this point. I will subtract the minting gas, which I use for this callback, and the remaining gas that I need for the rest of this functionality. So I simply need to save some gas to make everything that comes afterwards, after calculating the gas. And lastly, I simply need to change both functions so that the callback is called after the minting. Don't know why it uses tab here. And of course, I need to implement my callback. So my callback here is a private function, so only I can call it. And it logs a congratulation message. And what's interesting here is that we can unwrap the token that is returned from the NFT mint by using the callback unwrap before the argument. And we don't need to give the argument in our cross-contract call here. So with that, the whole library is ready to be deployed. So I simply build it. So now it was built, And all I need to do now is to deploy it to a dev account, which is the easiest way to deploy in the testnet. And now that it was deployed, I can look at my dev account that was newly created. And I will see how much Near is in the account, which is roughly 200 Near. For every new account in the testnet, you get 200 Near. And now I can make the actual call to the minting functionality. So I will mint a token with the ID 1, and I will do it with my main account. I will deposit 10 Near just to see that a deposit works. And I need to change the gas because we need a bit more than the default gas here. So I will do this call. And now that this call finished, we see that everything worked out as we expected. So we have created a new NFT, we have minted it, which is the event here. And we have our congratulations message from our callback down below. And we can also see it in the Explorer in the same way, where we can see how the workflow was going. So first of all, the method mint was called in our dev account. This in turn called the NFT mint in the sub account that I created earlier. This minted the actual NFT. And then later we got the callback method in our dev account again, which gave us this message. So this is it for this demonstration for cross-contract calls. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to have more, please leave a comment down below what you want to see. And please subscribe and hit the notification button so you get more of this content. Goodbye.